When more than 3 data points suggest a quadratic function, you can use the quadratic regression feature of a graphing calculator to find a quadratic model. Problem 3. Using quadratic regression. The table shows a meteorologist's predicted temperatures for an October day in Sacramento, California. Note the table. We have times at the left, 8 a.m., 10 a.m., looks like 2-hour increments all the way until 6 p.m. And a predicted temperature in degrees Fahrenheit, beginning with 52 degrees at 8 a.m. and ending with 76 degrees at 6 p.m. Part A. What is a quadratic model for this data set? Step 1. Enter the data. Use the 24-hour clock to represent times after noon. Step 2. Use quadreg, the function on your graphing calculator, or Desmos regression notation to find the quadratic regression that best models the data. Step 3. Graph the data and the function. The parabola seems to be a pretty good fit for the points, so we can state a quadratic model is reasonable. Part B. Use your model to predict the high temperature for the day. At what time does the high temperature occur? When we calculate the maximum value, or the vertex, of the parabola, we find it's at x equals 15.697148, looks like a decimal approximation, and y equals 79.378709. This indicates that a time of 15.697148, so that would be a little bit after 3 o'clock, looks like a little bit after 3:30, and a y, a high temperature, of about 79 degrees Fahrenheit. Next, considering a table and looking for our maximum y value, we find that occurs at an x value of approximately 15.7 to the nearest tenth. Note the table is using increments of 1/10 for x values, and being a little bit more precise than my estimate before, 16 represents 4 p.m., so the maximum occurs at approximately 15.7 or about 3:42 p.m. And the high temperature for the day is about 79.4 degrees Fahrenheit. So we can state, we predict the high temperature for the day to be 79.4 degrees Fahrenheit at about 3:42 p.m. Your turn. The table shows a meteorologist's predicted temperatures for a summer day in Denver, Colorado. What is a quadratic model for this data set? Use your model to predict the high temperature for the day. At what time does the high temperature occur?